So I'm going to create the keep cup, which looks like this. I'm not going to worry too much about dimensions, and then we're going to create some drawings of those if we can. So this is just a video for if you want help actually making the keep cup itself. So you can just follow through this video and hopefully make the cup the same as I have. So I'm simply going to do a revolve and start my origin point. I'm going to make my cup 80 millimeters wide because I'm revolving it in that direction, and then I'm going to make it 100 tall. So for this I'm just going to draw a rectangle. You can see I'm referencing it on the side here and down. Now obviously if we look at the keep cup, it comes out and then goes up a bit. So what I'm going to do is come up and go out a bit. We do that from the top. And I'm just going to set this measurement, and I think I set it in 10. So that's the basic shape there. I'm then going to go up, and I'll go up another 30 and join those two up. Now it's got a few nice rounds, so what we can do is we can use this sketch fillet, and I can create one between those two, and then as you can see it wants you to left click and set the dimension. I think 5 millimeters is fine for that one, and we can do the same on this one. 5 millimeters is fine. So we've just created a round shape. I'm going to tick that sketch, and because we're going to revolve that, I'm just going to create an axis for it. So we're just going the other direction for this one. All I've got to do is make sure it's along that line. Tick that, and then we're going to do our revolve. We're going to select this, click where it's red, and then revolve it. So there we go, we've got our cup shape. Now we need our cup to be hollow, so we're going to use the shell to hollow it, and 2.5 wall thickness is fine. So I'm going to select 2.5 and tick that. So that's our basic cup. Now it's got a band that goes around it, and I'm going to put my band around just here. So to do that, I could go to another sketch and create a band, but what I'm actually going to do, and I'm not sure if I've been through this with you, is I'm going to sort of do a quick cheat. I'm going to create a sketch on the front, same as I created my revolve, and roughly speaking I'm going to set a rectangle here, and I'm going to go make it 2 millimeters by 20 millimeters, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dimension this because at the moment it's in mid-air. So I'm going to go from there to there, and if you remember we went 40 millimeters out and then another 10 millimeters at the top just here. So if I set that as 50 millimeters, that should sit on that edge. And you'll remember we went, this line here is 100 millimeters from here. So if I click there and there, you can see it's just over, so I can set it as 100, move it into place, tick that sketch, and we're going to revolve this one as well. So I've just got to create an axis again. There's my axis. Do a revolve. There's the revolve of this using this axis, but this time where we've got add, we're going to change that to new, and you'll see it goes a different colour and it puts a new part down here. So I can tick that, and now my keep cup's coming together. So my proportions are slightly out, but actually that's fine. And then what we need to do is just need to create a lid. So if I select there, I should be able to select a sketch. It doesn't like it. And the reason it doesn't like it is because it hasn't quite got an edge there. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back into this sketch here, and we're just going to reduce this from 5mm to 2.5mm. And we can get rid of that. There we go. That should allow me to select a little bit of surface. Let's change that to 3. So I've changed my shell to 3. There we go, that's what I'm after. Just a little edge there. That's what we want to sketch on. So we can click sketch, and then that sketch will be lined up. Okay. So we know that this line out here is 50 out, or actually this is measuring diameter, so it's 100 out. So what we can do is go make that, let's do it 105, just so it sticks out over the edge. And then we're going to do an extrude. It's going to come up, and this is for the top. And let's make that a 10mm extrude for our top. And again, we're going to click new. So this is a new part that we're working on here. So there's our lid starting to come together. It doesn't look much like a lid at the minute. Now I just need the edge to come down a little bit, to go over the edge here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide that part and that part, sorry, part 1, so we can work on this easily. I'm going to do a sketch on there, and we're going to do one that matches up exactly, so we're going to do one at 100. Oh sorry, we did it at 105, didn't we? One at 105, so one at 100, one at 105, and we're going to bring those down slightly. So if I do an extrude, you'll see what I mean. That's going to come down. Now if I show the other parts again, we can see how far we want to come down. We don't want to hit this part here, so I think if we did 5, that's probably about right. Just over that little lip. Oh, just going to change that, and this one we want to do add. I know what's wrong. So this is what happens if we make it up as we go. So we're going to delete that, go back into this sketch, hide the 2 parts, and we're going to have a look at these 2 measurements here. So what we want is not that one, we want the other measurement, that one there. We're going to make that 100.5, just slightly bigger. Then we can do our extrude, make that 5mm, show the other 2 parts again. That should work. Lovely, so there we go, we've got our lid sorted. We're just going to put a round on that lid because they have quite a big round. Let's see if we can go up to 10, see if it will let us. And it's also going to have a hole. So again, if we ignore these 2, we create a sketch on there. I'm going to do one that comes out 80 and one that comes out 70. And we'll set our degrees between this one. Oh, hang on a second. Where's my dimensions? Set the degrees between there and there, and let's set those at 10 degrees. And we can do the same the other side, and you'll see what I'm doing in a second. I'm clicking on that, then clicking on the middle one, which will give you the degrees between the two. And they're going to be 10. And now I'm going to snip everything off. We don't want that, we don't want that. And our hole will follow around the contours. So we're going to do an extrude, and this time I'm going to do a remove. So that's going to remove down through. And there we go. Now you can add more details if you want, but that is a quick go at creating a keep cup. Now obviously I faffed around a bit, so you might have been much better than me. But the useful thing is I created new parts here as I went, and I'm just going to, as a last thing, rename this part main cup. This part is the grip, as you can see, and this part is the lid.